Greetings, King Selassie, praise his name. I know that living conditions in other places of the planet are worse than they are here in the United States. And I know there is a reason for this. Intelligence agencies working for the ruling classes have propagated regimes using incentives to disrupt civilizations and form governance of those populations. These regimes have been less than just, therefore leading to chaotic and unstable conditions. Places such as Yemen, Somalia, even Ethiopia have a lack of natural resources to satisfy the needs of all citizens within those regions. There is internal strife causing others to flee. There is external strife causing depletion of scarce resources. There are many factors other than those people just couldn't make it on their own. If or if any people decide to stand up and fight against big dog Babylon, we may get crushed. And would that be because we just couldn't make it on our own? If I and I is the non-violent peoples of the earth, then how are we expected to win a physical battle against those violent ones? And now this violence is unseeable in certain circumstances, is psychological. There are forms of mind control. There are staged events used as tools to set precedent for future actions, ensuring even greater measures of control. I and I choose not to be deceptive. And so, through course of nature, the I and I gets sucked under. The I and I has to struggle harder to stay afloat. The individuals that are fleeing, that are escaping these destructions, certainly seek a better life, and yet what choice do they have as to where they may go? Those nations that built their wealth at the expense of these peoples, either through human capital or by taking natural resources, are now closing their door. So there is a psychological impact that this presents, sending a message that this country, the United States, is in high demand, that people want to be here. Not that people are forced out of their home, yet that people are looking to escape their home and go to a better place. And so, as a result, there's an increase of demand for the currency, the dollar, that tool that is possessed by the ruling classes. If most people decided to stop trading with the dollar would lose value, and as a result, the ruling classes would lose power. I believe that people are at a tipping point where they see less and less of the quality that the dollar brings to their life, and more of the burden. And so, Big Dog Babylon Man has found a need to promote this tool in this time, and by making the appearance that this is the land sought after, some may even say the promised land, Big Dog Babylon has succeeded in this very matter. If the rivers are dry, how much more beautiful will it be? And yet man has a plan to put people in a box, in a virtual reality. That is the opposite of freedom. You see? Just as the Antichrist is the opposite of the Christ, or the rival, so is the depletion of natural resources the rival of freedom. And so I say that here in the United States is not a very pleasant place to be. In order to live comfortably, you must be willing to live against commandments set forth by the Christ. To love one neighbor as yourself. How could you do this in a world of competition, where most everyone is looking to take advantage of others, to gain assistance from others without expending any energy of their own? It couldn't happen. It's because man's law is separate from that of I-ways. I-way. I would love to see more refugees, more immigrants. They bring another perspective. I feel safer around people of other nationalities than most people that grew up in this land. There is a sense of dignity with all the judgment being passed upon these people. They still have self-respect.